methodologies are there, sir? There are three kinds of methodologies are there. One is procedure-oriented methodology. Number two, object-oriented methodology. Number three, aspect-oriented methodology. There are three kinds of methodologies are there in the industry, software industry. Forget about the technology, any kind of technology. They are following one of the methodology to develop the application, software application. What is the procedure-oriented methodology? The procedure-oriented methodology is nothing but see here, I am going to show diagrammatic representation. Let us assume this is one kind of program. Here we are going to use different kind of logics, business logics. Business logic means, for example, calculating bonus, right? So those kind of logics are nothing but a business logics. Here each box you can think this is one kind of business logic. So I am using these business logics into my main program. Here this is one kind of business logic, this is one kind of business logic, this is one kind of business logic. Here I am using only three boxes, means three business logics I am going to use in my main program. This is my main program. In the real-time applications, we are not at all writing only three business logics. We are writing so many kind of business logics. So many kind of business logic we are going to write. So in the particular moment, if you are using maximum 10,000 of lines of code, sir. 10,000 of lines of code you are using maximum in the procedure oriented. If you are writing 10,000 of lines of code, if you want to use the same kind of functionality, how can you remember, sir? All of suddenly, what is your yesterday lunch or dinner? If I am asking, you need to think, right? If you can remember 10,000 of lines of code, it is possible? No, it is not at all possible. Again, you need to go to search. It is time taking. Okay. Even you have a patience also, you are go there and checking. If you are getting any kind of problem, problem identification is also very difficult. You need to go to the entire 10,000 of lines of code. Where it is exactly happened. Code reusability is not possible. Problem identification is very difficult. And it is maintaining the program also very difficult. Large amount of the program. Loading also it is taking time. So that's the reason after 1980s, 90s, people are looking into object-oriented programming. This is happened in the procedure-oriented. To overcome these problems, length of the program and code reusability is not possible. Problem identification is very difficult. Debugging is difficult. That's the reason most of the people are looking into object-oriented programming. In the object-oriented programming, what we are doing now? We are combining similar kind of operations into one group, one unit. Here I am using, here let us assume this is the add functionality, this is a subtract functionality, this is a multiplication functionality. I am grouping these kind of functionalities into one single unit. That is called a class. So this class name I am going to give calculator. Meaningful name I am going to give. This is a calculator. So wherever I want to use the calculation, add or subtract, multiplication functionality in my main program, I am going to use this calculator class into my main program here. Class C equal to new calculator. This is a calculator class, right? Calculator C equal to new calculator. Like that, we are going to create an object. Based on this object, I am going to access add, subtract, and multiplication. So here add, subtract, multiplication functionalities are I'm going to use by using this calculator class. So in this object oriented, what I'm doing, I'm going to combine similar kind of operations into one single unit. Wherever I want, I'm going to use this particular object. So code reusability is possible. Code is minimized. If I'm getting any kind of problem in the subtract or multiplication, directly I'm going to the calculator class, I'm going to check. That is very easy. That is very easy. Reusability is possible. Debugging easy. Identification easy. That's the reason most of the 90s time, most of the developers are looking into object-oriented programming. That object-oriented programming technology Java we are going to learn. Another methodology is also there in the market. That is aspect-oriented methodology. Aspect-oriented methodology. I'm going to give a little bit idea on that aspect-oriented methodology also. Here, in object-oriented methodology, one defect is there. What is that one? See here, if I want to access add or subtract or multiplication, what is required? Calculator object is required. I need to create a calculator object like this. I need to create a calculator object like this. Without creating this one, is it possible to access add or subtract or multiplication? No, it is not possible. This is called tight coupling. Tight coupling. Your functionality is dependent on a particular object. So this is called tight coupling. To avoid this kind of tight coupling, to avoid the dependency, we are going to write one XML file. In that XML file, we are going to define. You are going to define the add method functionality. You are going to inject the add method functionalities, add values functionalities. You are passing the values. And you are going to inject. You are going to inject these kind of values to your program. You are not at all dependent on any calculator, sir. We are going to use directly those kind of methods functionality into our main program. You are going to inject the values through XML file. So this is called aspect-oriented methodology. You are reducing the tight coupling. Loose coupling is one. This kind of application is also there in the Java. People are learning in the Spring framework. Spring framework is there. Spring framework is using internally aspect-oriented methodology only. These are the three types of methodologies are there in the software industry. One of the methodology, object-oriented methodology, it is using Java. Java is the one kind of flavor. It is also multiple flavors are Java. Java using different kind of flavors. Number one, JSE, J2EE, and JME. JSE, J2EE, JME. JSE means as per specifications. JSE stands for Java Standard Edition. Java Standard Edition. But industry people and training people are calling, this is called core Java. Core means that is the more important, that is the basic. That's the reason they are saying JSE is the core Java. Another one is JEE. JEE stands for Java Enterprise Edition. Enterprise Edition, that means this is called Advanced Java. Advanced Java. And this is the JME. JME means as per specification Java Micro Edition. But industry people are calling this is a mobile edition. Why? Because this mobile applications also. But as per specification, this is a micro edition. Micro edition. Right. We can use this kind of applications, this kind of flavors to develop the application. In the software industry, how many types of applications are there? In the software industry, how many types of applications can able to develop? There are three kind of applications are there basically. What is that one? First one, packages. Second one, system softwares. Third one, application softwares. Application software. What is packages? What is packages? For example, let us take MS Office. Let us take MS Office. If you are installing MS Office in our laptop or desktop, is it shareable to another system? Is it possible to share the MS Office into another system? No. Again, you need to install the MS Office software. So, whatever the software you are using, that software specific to particular system, that kind of application, if you want to develop, you can use Java. By using Java, you packages. Right. What is the second type of application? System software. In the software field, we are going to work on different kind of devices also. Suppose let us take an electronic device like AC controlling or micro oven controlling or washing machine controlling or display boards in railway stations and airports. If you want to maintain that display boards functionalities, you can use Java. You can open the browser, you can go through the different kind of shopping cart applications, you are going to navigate different kind of products, you are selecting the products, you are going to pay the money through payment gateway and you are getting the product. Sir, is there any software in our system? No. Your application, shopping cart application is there in the somewhere. Another system, the server system. Is there any bank in our laptop? No. You are connecting to the bank and your payment also done. So remotely, different kind of missions, you are going to connect and you are going to execute the functionality. You are getting the information, you are going to place the order, you are going to pay the money and you are getting the products. So such a type of applications are nothing but a application software. Forget about the shopping cart, open the Gmail. Is there any Gmail entire application in our laptop? No. You are opening the browser, you are entering the username and password and connecting to the Gmail server. You are going to compose and inbox and sent items and you are attaching and everything you are performing. Is there any functionality in your laptop? No. Remotely, you are connecting to the server, you are going to perform the operations, right? So, if you want to develop such a type of applications, you can use Java. That kind of applications are called application softwares. Application softwares. These kind of softwares are available in the industry. By using Java, you can develop these kind of applications. These kind of applications. We are going to concentrate on JSC. In the JSC core Java level, these are the concepts are there. These are the concepts are there. Language fundamentals, operators, declarations and access control, flow control, exception handling, OOPS concepts, inner classes, threads. These are some of the concepts are there. List of the concepts are there. First, we are going to concentrate on the language fundamentals. In the language fundamentals, we are going to concentrate some terminology. Before going to start the Java programming directly, I am going to introduce terminology again. Even you people are know also, this is the first class, right? Give me chance to talk much more. Okay. Here, I am using some terminology, identifier, what is identifier, what is a keyword, what is the data types, what is the literals we are going to discuss. Once we are going to refresh all these kind of terminologies, we are going to see what is the environment is required, how to set the environment, what exactly internally my Java program can able to understand my JVM, those kind of settings, environment properly, how we are setting, we are going to see. What are the tools we are going to use, those kind of stuff we are going to discuss in the second session. Here, my first session, what I am doing here, I am introducing the terminology. What is identifier? What is the identifier? Identifier is nothing but a name. Identifier is nothing but a name. Without name, how can you call the particular person? There are lot of people are going on the road. All of suddenly, if you are calling white shirt people or blue shirt people, you cannot able to respond sometimes, right? One or two people are even three people are also sometimes responding, right? Exactly, if you want to call one particular person, you need to know that particular person name, right? You cannot able to call the colors. Similar way, here also, if you want to execute the functionality, if you want to assign the values, if you want to perform the different kind of operations, you need one identifier. Here, identifier is nothing but a name. Identifier is nothing but a name. In the software terminology, we are calling it as identifier. Identifier is nothing but identification. Identification. Whether it is a name or variable or label, anything. That is nothing but identifier. Right. What is the keywords? Keywords. Keywords are nothing but words only. Words only. Before going to discuss the keywords, what is the convention we are following? What is the way we are going to define the name, identifier? You can use the name any alphabet, small cases or upper cases, and it is going to allow two special characters. One is dollar and underscore. Remaining characters are not at all acceptable. In our file name, you can define any capital or small or numbers, and it is going to allow dollar symbol and underscore symbol. But here one convention is there. Every class name or any kind of identifier start with alphabet or else underscore or else dollar symbol. What it is not recommended? You cannot start with number. You can use the combination of number. Okay, fine. But it is not at all recommended to start a number. That is the convention you need to follow. You need to follow. Again, I am repeating, identifier is nothing but a name. You can define the name whether it is a small case letters or uppercase letters, small a to z or capital A to z. And you can use dollar symbol or underscore symbol also, not at all a problem. You can use those kind of symbols also. You can use those kind of symbols also, but you should not start with a number. That is the convention you need to remember. Next, reserved words. What is the reserved words? Some of the words are specific purpose we are going to use. Specific purpose we are going to use. Those kind of reserved words are available in the nearly 53. Apart from 53, we are going to use 50. Apart from 50 also, we are using only 48. Two reserved words are not at all accepting in the Java. We are not at all using those kind of reserved words. Go to and constant. Why? Because those keywords are going to give the complexity. To avoid the complexity, we are not at all using those kind of keywords. Those kind of keywords. Right. We are going to use these kind of reserved words in our programming. We are slowly learning different kind of programming level, different kind of keywords. If you are learn 48 keywords, almost Java is over. If you know perfectly all these kind of keywords, you can complete the core Java and advanced Java also. Why? Because these keywords only we are using, right? Right. Another concept terminology is data type. Data type. Data means a meaningful information. A meaningful information is nothing but a data, a collection of information. Suppose if you are assigning the any kind of value, or if you are assigning any kind of name, or if you are assigning any kind of combination of value, so definitely you are using one type of data. Java especially, it supports two types of data types. One is primitive data types, another one is reference data types. What is primitive data type? What is the reference data type? Here I'm using a equal to 10. How many values I'm assigning here? Only one value. One value. If I want to maintain the multiple values to the a value, is it possible? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, like that I want to define. If I want to define like multiple values, I'm going to use reference data type, arrays, collection, set, mathematical set, a group of similar kind of operations, a similar kind of values. I'm going to use one set. So here I'm passing only single value. Here I'm passing multiple values. If I want to maintain the multiple values into one single unit, you need to set like this. This is called a reference data type, that is called array. This is a primitive data type. Primitive data type. This is called a primitive representation. This is a reference data type. Here, primitive data types are again categorized based on this. Hello? Everyone is getting the voice, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, Kalpesh, please check your voice, mic and all. Please check once. Right. Here, primitive data types are categorized: numeric data types, character data types, and Boolean data types. Boolean data types, character data types, and number data types. Right. Here, primitive data types are numeric data types and character data types and Boolean data types. Here, numeric data types are integral data types and floating point data types. Why I am categorized again integral and floating? Based on the range of the value, based on the memory occupation, we are going to say different kind of data types. Byte is occupying in the 8 bits of the memory. It is the range minus 127 to 128 kind of range. One range is there, every data types. Okay. What's the problem? Right. Right. Here, based on the memory, we are going to use different kind of data types. Here, numeric data types are there, integral and floating point, and again, based on the range of, based on the memory occupation, we are calling byte, short, int, and long. And floating data types are like a float, double. These kind of data types we are going to use. Reference data types we are going to use in the, sometimes we need to work on basic level in the primitive data types. Slowly I am going to discuss the reference data types also. Reference data types also. So this is the primitive data types and reference data types. Okay, this is regular session. I want to check the Kalpesh is having the any problem or not. I want to confirm that one so that we can discuss. Okay. If it is any kind of problem is there, we can start the session tomorrow. You people are comfortable every day this time, or else if you want to change any kind of things. Is it comfortable, right?
Yes, it's a good time.
Right.
Yes.
So tomorrow we are going to start 8:15 onwards. We are going to 15 minutes late. Today we are starting 8, right? So we are going to start 8:15. 1 hour we are going to take the session. Okay. Right. I want to check the people are able to hear or not. 1 second. Hello.
Yes, now I relogged in. So hopefully I should be able to listen now.
You people are not able to hear now. That's the reason I'm stopping the session. Now it is okay, right? So I'm
Yes.
discussing the up to data types. I'm discussing the up to data types. Okay. Remaining terminology is also there. That is the reservoirs, arrays and varargs and command line and Java coding standards are there. We are going to see these kind of coding standards and how to set the environment and all. So we are going to discuss remaining topics tomorrow. Why? Because some of the people are getting the voice disturbances and technical issues. So that's the reason I'm stopping here. We will continue tomorrow same time. Here today what I'm discussing is what are the methodologies are available in the industry. What are the methods we are going to use in the software application. That kind of stuff I'm going to discuss. What are the flavors are there in the Java? What is the difference? What are the advantages? What are the drawbacks are there in the methodologies? I'm discussing today. I'm slowly introducing the fundamental terminology. I'm discussing today only identifier and data types important. I'm discussing that one. Again, I'm going to discuss the data types and range of the data types. What are the different kind of data types? And I'm going to show practically how to download the JDK software and how to install the JDK software and how to set the environment and everything. I'm going to discuss in the next session. Okay, right. This is the topic I'm ending right now. We are going to continue tomorrow's section. You people are comfortable this time, right? So some of the people already give the confirmation. Kalpesh, you are comfortable this one, right? This timing.
Yes, now I'm fine. Thank you, Chandra.
Right. Now I'm stopping here. We will continue tomorrow regular session. Okay? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.